Hey guys, it's been a while. You probably thought that I disappeared, but trust me, I've been cooking something way bigger behind the scenes. And today, we are finally back with the brand new episodes of Global Freeze. So grab your snacks, sit back, and let's jump straight into it.
Nothing was said that night. The next day, everyone was fully prepared to head to the Sahara Desert. Fatty Sue walked over with panda eyes, while Li Yangyang thoughtfully came over to help Yang Xia and Zhou Heimei prepare breakfast. Born into poverty, she developed the ability to read people's expressions and moods, making her very good at pleasing others and easily gaining their favor. Even Zhang Yi had to admit that if she were really a woman, he probably wouldn't be able to resist her enthusiasm. So when they saw Fatty Sue's haggard appearance, Zhang Yi, Uncle Yu, and Flower exchanged glances, and the two of them and the cat all revealed wicked expressions in their eyes. "Hey, Chunlei, you must have been pretty busy last night." Uncle Yu winked at Fatty Sue. Zhang Yi asked curiously, "May I ask in your relationship who takes the initiative?" Fatty Sue clenched his fists angrily. Hey, don't spread rumors. We didn't do anything last night, we just sat there all night." "Oh, meow, 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 meow." Zhang Yi and the other two let out excited howls at the same time. "You did it all night, seriously? Are you that brave? You really can't judge a book by its cover. He must have taken medicine." Fatty Sue then realized that they had misunderstood something and waved his hands repeatedly to explain. "It's just about sitting together and chatting. After all, we've been communicating online for the past few years, and this is the first time we've actually been able to sit together. Naturally, we have a lot to talk about." Zhang Yi looked at Uncle Yu. "Uncle Yu, do you believe it?" Uncle Yu snorted through his nose. "I don't believe it." Zhang Yi shook his head. "I don't believe it either." Flower shook her head. "Me too." Fatty Sue was trembling with anger. "We're very innocent. Don't talk nonsense. I'll be so embarrassed if she hears us." He lowered his voice and said anxiously. At this moment, Zhang Yi and Uncle Yu were absolutely certain that Fatty Sue was truly in love. Moreover, it was the kind of innocent love that middle school students have. Absolutely amazing. Zhang Yi shrugged. "All right, let's eat breakfast. I've arranged to meet Olive near the Eye of the Devil at 10 a.m. Only a limited number of people were taken on this mission. Almost all members of the Shadow Squad remained in Tianhai City to continue building Tianhai City. Zhang Yi's side consisted only of his core team members, along with Deng Shentong. The main objective of this mission is to seal Mammon, remove the demon eye tattoos from him and Yang Xingxin, and find Ling's humanoid shell. Of course, the secret shouldn't be known to too many people. Li Yangyang diligently prepared breakfast for everyone. After finishing her meal, she obediently got up and left, bidding farewell to everyone. She was very sensible, not expecting Zhang Yi to take her along on this mission. Fatty Sue looked at her with some reluctance, then buried his head in his rice bowl and frantically ate his rice. Seeing this, Zhang Yi said calmly to Li Yangyang, "Miss Li, why don't you join us on this mission?" Upon hearing this, everyone at the table stared at him in astonishment. Fatty Sue was so surprised that the rice in his mouth fell into the bowl. Is it really that big?" Zhang Yi calmly said, "I don't keep idle people around me. The Shengjing region sent you here not to be a mascot. You have to prove your worth." He looked at Li Yangyang. "Lieutenant Colonel Longmingwei is the elite of the elite in the entire Huaxu Kingdom. I won't waste such a person. The 36 heavenly generals of the Dragon Roar Guard are all exceptionally skilled. Although King Neo is not one of the 36 heavenly generals, she has demonstrated extremely strong combat skills in previous operations. Their combat skills and intellect are both top-notch. Even within Zhang Yi's team, her supernatural talent is probably second only to Zhang Yi and Yang Xingxin. Don't forget, Zhang Yi is the only one in his team who is a natural epsilon level. The others were also nurtured by Zhang Yi with resources. As for Li Yangyang, she is a ruthless character with formal training and professional experience from the strongest troops in Huaxu Kingdom. Zhang Yi had the idea of nurturing her. After all, with Yang Xingxin's test and the binding force of the Oath Arrow, it's very reassuring to use this kind of person. Zhang Yi pointed to Yang Xingxin beside him. "From now on, you'll work alongside Xingxin." Li Yangyang was surprised that Zhang Yi would take her on a mission so soon, and she was deeply moved. She placed her hands in front of her and bowed respectfully, saying, "Thank you, Your Excellency Chaos." Yang Xingxin had no objections. She wasn't a direct combatant and needed an assistant by her side. Moreover, she holds Li Yangyang's life and death in her hands, which can prevent any unforeseen events from happening to her. Fatty Sue looked at Zhang Yi with eyes full of gratitude. thinking that Zhang Yi had done all this for him, and several liters of tears welled up in his eyes again. After eating, Zhang Yi rested for a while to allow the food to be fully digested and to adjust her body to its best condition. After leaving Bailey Chanking to oversee the entire base, he put everyone into Mu Yan's shadow space, put away the Tianhai fortress, and then headed towards the Sahara Desert. He arrived at the agreed location in no time. This speed often makes Zhang Yi joke to himself that if the world were at peace one day, he would open a logistics company specializing in international business and would soon become the world's richest man. In the vast desert, yellow sand swirls in the wind, and the air is dry and cold. This is the ancient city of Seru, now a desolate city, with most of its area submerged by yellow sand. Although ice and snow are rarely seen, the chill of winter still lingers in the air. Zhang Yi arrived right on time, while the others had already arrived long ago. A dimensional portal opened in midair, and his feet landed on a desolate tower in the ancient city of Seru. As soon as he appeared, he felt a chilling atmosphere in the air. A faint smell of blood wafted in from different directions. That's the blood and guts that come from those who have been on the battlefield for a long time and have killed countless people. Zhang Yi looked down from his high vantage point and quickly took in all the troops present. Oribu wore a red robe over a white armor, adorned with golden angel stigmata. Beside him stood two knights, whose clothing was quite distinctive, unlike the knights behind them. One had a sun symbol adorning its armor and weapons, while the other bore a moon symbol on its body. For this mission, the Knights Templar dispatched more than 30 men, all of whom were elite. In another direction, Shams's figure is almost invisible unless you look closely. He was hidden in the shadows of the broken walls and ruins, like a giant bat. If he hadn't maintained his three-dimensional form, Zhang Yi wouldn't have been able to find him. He was accompanied by only two people, an elderly man with a white cloth wrapped around his head and a hunched back, and a tall, thin young man with pale skin and sharp black eyes. Although there appear to be only three people, Shams's shadow conceals countless assassin shadow demons. In another direction, there was the mutant battle formation of Asgard. Leading them were the three leaders of the Asgardian temple: Odin, the ruler of the 9 realms and king of the gods; Hela, the goddess of death; and Loki, the god of mischief. At this moment, Odin removed his silver helmet, revealing his somewhat pale face, but his sharp eyes were filled with domineering madness. He was giving a pre-battle pep talk to his Valhalla warriors. His passionate and surging voice, disregarding the other supernatural beings around him, was delivered in a powerful and resonant Prussian language that stirred the blood of anyone who heard it. He was a natural orator, and Zhang Yi vaguely heard some of his passages, which he found particularly inspiring. Do you know how much a single source of God is worth right now? It's worth a full 500,000 intercontinental ballistic missiles. You couldn't move it even if you used a train. But right now is such an opportunity. If we enter the lair of the ancient demon god, we will have a chance to obtain such treasures. We don't have many opportunities left. If we succeed, everyone here will have the chance to sit on the throne of Asgard. I've already forged the new chair. Next, will you be the fourth to reign, you or you? His fingers swept swiftly across the soldiers before him, who roared excitedly, yearning for honor. Everyone has this opportunity. Fight for the rise of the great European alliance for the noble Germanic bloodline. The soldiers' fighting spirit was completely ignited, and they couldn't wait to go and fight the enemy to the death. Zhang Yi nodded. He's truly a talent. In the other direction, there were several odd-looking fellows. They are native African blacks, but even today, they still wear animal skins and go barefoot, which still gives people a strange feeling. These people are the strongmen of the O clan, the largest indigenous tribe in Africa. Holding a white bone scepter wrapped in gold, the middle-aged man standing before the crowd was the patriarch of the Ao clan. Ao de wu mu wei wei en yi tu, wen wei wu wen mu ben o sabayo, or Ao de Bayo for short. The three energetic young men following behind him were the most outstanding members of the Ao clan, second only to him in strength. The vast sky, the vast ocean, and the vast earth. A large number of clansmen followed behind them. Zhang Yi couldn't see them clearly and could only distinguish them by their clothes. Only the 4 Ottomen had distinctive clothing that made them recognizable. The others all looked pretty much the same. Of course, they probably felt the same way about Zhang Yi and his group. Zhang Yi instinctively wanted to keep his distance from them, because the Ao clan practiced a form of shamanism in the area, and their most proficient methods were poisoning and cursing. Being around this kind of person requires constant caution, or you might unknowingly be cursed. He was wondering why Olib wanted to recruit this group of people to act together. However, Olib had told Zhang Yi that these people were theoretically the oldest humans. According to genetics, humans originated in Africa and later migrated to other continents. The reason why the Ao clan has retained its primitive customs is because their shamanic incantations, passed down from their ancestors, have the ability to maintain the sealed land. Besides these people, Zhang Yi also met other acquaintances. The outcasts of Colombia, Lord of the Ocean John Cardinals, the piercer Yasin Canero. Colombia's involvement was indispensable in this matter. The other two top 10 nations, Fremont and Ephemeres, were too busy dealing with domestic affairs after the war to participate. Britannia, on the other hand, is unlikely to be invited by Olib because King Arthur and the members of the Knights of the Round Table are almost all top-tier figures who collaborate with the Eye organization. Aside from these individuals, the world's top-tier team of mutants is almost complete. However, it is clear that neither Cardinals nor Canero is capable of leading this operation. Zhang Yi had thought that Brian would come this time, but to his surprise, a new face appeared. A burly man over 2 meters tall. When Zhang Yi looked at him, he seemed to sense it and looked over, revealing a kind smile and nodding to Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi immediately searched the intelligence database. Huasu Kingdom had a unified intelligence database for powerful mutants from all over the world. Any mutant who appeared on the front lines of the battlefield would be recorded. But after searching, the information about the person in front of me was found to be 0. In other words, he has never appeared in any public setting. Zhang Yi asked Deng Shentong, "Old Deng, your Deng family has a wide intelligence network. Do you know who this person is?" Deng Shentong checked his own database and compared it with the appearance of the giant in front of him, but found no matching target. No information about him was found. This person is very likely in disguise. Disguise? Zhang Yi tilted his head. Is it really necessary? Once you enter the Eye of the Demon together, your abilities will inevitably be revealed, and then it will be clear who you are. He was more inclined to believe that the guy in front of him was indeed Colombia's hidden trump card. Neither Cartier nor Canero can be the head coach. These two have always been active in the maritime field, and I know their abilities very well. Compare this to the bishop-level mutants in Colombia. There aren't many like this. Besides Brian, who else in Colombia is at the bishop level? Deng Shentong said, "We know of another bishop-level mutant whose code name is Adam Smith. However, he is a renowned and powerful figure, and we haven't heard from him for a long time." Looking at the giant man's honest, smiling face and enormous size, Deng Shentong frowned, unable to reconcile the two men. It shouldn't be him. Adam Smith wouldn't disguise himself. He wouldn't stoop to such a thing. Zhang Yi became interested. "Oh, you mean there might be a bishop-level mutant in Colombia who has been kept hidden for 3 years and hasn't appeared anywhere in the world." He thought it was an outrageous thing. However, Deng Shentong said to Zhang Yi in a serious tone, "That's not impossible, my dear Your Excellency." Zhang Yi raised an eyebrow. "Are you serious?" Deng Shentong said, "Colombia has been a nation for less than 300 years, yet it has become a world-class power in a very short time. They have always been world leaders in military and technological fields. Therefore, there has always been a saying that they had contact with so-called extraterrestrial civilizations early on and obtained their technology." Zhang Yi became interested. "You mean they've been communicating with the underground civilization for a long time, like the Huaxu Kingdom and the Kinling Dragon clan? No, perhaps even earlier." Deng Shentong said, "Regarding Colombia, I know of a mysterious military-restricted area that has been secretly sealed off until now. That place is called Abyss Number 51. Suddenly, Zhang Yi thought of his conversation with Newton. Newton told a story from decades ago about Colombia sending an army and a group of experts deep into a chasm thousands of meters below the surface, and mentioned that they came into contact with mysterious, civilized beings. So early, Zhang Yi took a deep breath. "You mean this guy in front of us is very likely from that place, and we have no information about him because this is his first time participating in an activity since returning to the surface." Deng Shentong laughed and said, "This is just a guess of mine." Regardless, Zhang Yi wasn't particularly interested in this matter. There were far too many people with secrets. He just wanted to know just how strong this guy really was. Instead, it was the piercer who greeted Zhang Yi first. "Chaos, it's been a long time. We've all been waiting for you." Zhang Yi landed from the sky and greeted the people around him with his eyes. "Long time no see. I still prefer your old denim outfit." Zhang Yi smiled at Canero. Canero glanced at his arms. He was completely covered in armor, but it was an exoskeleton that was as light as clothing and full of cyberpunk technology. My current outfit is more practical. I learned that from you. As he spoke, Canero stepped aside and gestured to introduce Karen over there. By the way, let me introduce you. This is Karen, the person in charge of our operation. Wrong. Zhang Yi slowly murmured his name. Karen raised his heavy hand and greeted Zhang Yi with a smile. Mr. Chaos, I have long admired your name. It is an honor to meet you. The two did not shake hands, unless they are very familiar with each other. People with supernatural abilities will keep a sufficient distance when they meet for the first time to avoid being targeted by the other party's abilities. When Zhang Yi obtained the code name Karen, he had already used the intelligence system to search for it. This is a completely unfamiliar god. The answer given by the intelligence system is that Karen is the ferryman who ferries people across the river Styx in Norse mythology. A minor character not worth mentioning. This person is one of our generation, so low-key, truly low-key. Zhang Yi increasingly felt that this person was extraordinary. Karen's fame is probably comparable to that of Chaos. Olive walked towards Zhang Yi and the others. Chaos, you brought the Spear of Longinus, didn't you? He got straight to the point right away. Zhang Yi nodded, of course. Odebio of the O clan, leaning on a scepter made of human bone, walked barefoot to their vicinity and said in an ancient language, "Now that everyone is here and everything is ready, let's set off." His gaze fell on Zhang Yi, and he held out his hand to him, saying, "The staff of sealing, please give it to me. I need it to open the sealed gate." Zhang Yi looked at the big, dark-skinned man in front of him and said with a smile, "I went through a lot of trouble to get this stuff, so it's better to keep it with me. I'll lend it to you when I need it." Seeing that Zhang Yi was unwilling to hand over the Spear of Longinus, Odebio frowned. "That's just a sealing artifact. It's useless to you. On the contrary, it might bring you disaster. Why would you keep it?" Zhang Yi was shocked. This old black man knew quite a lot. But of course he wouldn't hand over the items easily. Only by keeping them in his own hands could he have the initiative in distributing the spoils later. "Just leave it here with me. It's inconvenient for you to carry it." Odebio glared at Zhang Yi with displeasure. "I'm doing this for your own good. People who don't know how to use that thing will bring disaster upon themselves. In that case, the crawlers of the netherworld will also target you because of it." Crawlers of the netherworld. Everyone was very curious about this term. Odebio explained. "For years, our Odebio clan has been fighting against the Ghost Walkers. They are apostles of the fallen demon gods who voluntarily entered the dark underworld, abandoning the light. If we enter the sealed land, we will inevitably encounter these guys." Upon hearing this, Zhang Yi realized that the old man was quite something. He knew nothing about the Eye of the Devil, so he decided to play it safe and let this local guide lead the way. He couldn't afford to offend him first. His attitude also became friendly. "Don't be offended, sir. It's not that I'm greedy and unwilling to let you use it. It's just that the thing is too big, over 200 meters tall, comparable to the Tianhai Pearl Tower. It's not easy for you to carry. Here's what we'll do, just leave the stuff here. Let me know when you need it, and I'll definitely let you use it." Seeing that Zhang Yi's attitude had become more amiable, Odebio's expression also softened. "If that's the case, then keep it with you for now. Don't think it's anything special. Sooner or later, you'll have to use it to reseal the demon god." Okay. These locals were easy to deal with, and they didn't argue with Zhang Yi any further. However, Zhang Yi still carefully inquired with Audrey about what exactly the so-called netherworld crawler was. Odebio explained to the crowd, "This kind of thing has existed since ancient times. When faced with despair, weak creatures will turn to gods, or even submit to fear and kneel down to the devil. The crawlers of the netherworld are creatures that are drawn by the power of the demon god and willingly degenerate into his servants. Our O's clan has been fighting against them for many years and has always made great contributions to protecting world peace." The members of the Ao clan wore expressions of pride. Zhang Yi listened with some disbelief. "Oh, I see. Have the primitive tribes of Africa been protecting world peace all along? If they truly possessed such abilities, then Africa would not have been so poor and backward throughout its long history, nor would it have suffered invasions and enslavement from other continents." Zhang Yi's gaze towards Odebio changed slightly. He subconsciously thought that the guy was bragging. Odebio snorted coldly. "If you don't believe me, I have proof. Our Odebio clan has preserved the corpse of the Ghost Walker." As he spoke, he gave a wink to the people behind him. Obama stepped forward and reached into a cloth bag slung around his waist to take something out. Zhang Yi and the others stared intently at Obama, who soon pulled a dark, lumpy object from his bag. That should be a corpse, dark and with a human-like shape. Obama held up the corpse. Look, this is the enemy we'll be facing next, the Ghost Walkers. Oh, a cold laugh rang out. It was Cardinals. He crossed his arms, looking completely unconvinced. Are you sure this isn't some baby's corpse? It doesn't even look as long as my arm, and it's burned to a crisp. You can't fool us with this. Ao Guanhai snorted coldly, raised the corpse in his hand, and said urgently, What do you, an outsider, know? This is the corpse of the Ghost Walker. We fought it ourselves. Cardinals waved his hand, signaling Obama to shut up. He put his hands on his hips, chuckled, and retorted, You just said that for countless years you have been fighting against that so-called Ghost Walker. If it really is a follower of the demon god, how could you have defeated it so easily? As we all know, the Great Mutation era has only been around for a little over 3 years. Could it be that you already possessed powerful supernatural abilities before that? Although Cartier Laszlo has a sharp tongue, Zhang Yi has to thank him for being his mouth double this time. Adbeo's words are too grandiose. Do they have the capability to protect world peace for so many years? Oddbit glared at Cardinals with resentment. As the name suggests, the Shadow Walkers are a race that has fallen into darkness. Their eyes have degenerated and they are not adapted to the surface environment. Once they come to the surface, their combat power will be greatly reduced. Cartier covered his mouth and burst out laughing. Witchcraft, he he he. No matter how you listen to it, Odubeo's words are not convincing. This is due to the difference in strength. Throughout human history, Africa has never produced any powerful nation that dominated the world. Moreover, the Auschwitz tribe now appears to be a primitive tribe lagging behind human history. It's normal for Cartier to treat him with disdain. Not to mention him, Zhang Yi and the other members of the team were also assessing the strength of the Ao clan. Banged! Just then a loud crash was heard, and the white bone scepter in Adbeo's hand slammed heavily onto the ground. His eyes were fixed on the still-smiling Cardinals, his gaze turning venomous, and an evil and terrifying aura emanated from him. That was the killing intent released by a powerful being. Even without making a move, the killing intent of a powerful being was enough to make people feel terrified. You look down on the witchcraft of our Ao clan, don't you? He suddenly raised his scepter and pointed it at Cardinals. Then I'll let you try it yourself. The shamanic tattoos on his face suddenly came to life, moving across his skin and wriggling as if black worms were hiding beneath it. These black tattoos transformed into runes that climbed up the bone scepter. And then Adbeo's lips moved, as if he were quickly chanting some incantation. The smile on Cardinal's face vanished abruptly. He felt a deathly crisis looming over him, about to engulf him completely. Stop! Just then, a loud shout came from not far away. A holy white light descended, blocking the path between Adbeo and Cardinals. It was Ali who arrived. He said to Adbeo, Chief Adbeo, our allied forces are about to enter the eye of the demon to seal the demon king for the sake of humanity's survival. At this time, we absolutely cannot start fighting amongst ourselves. Please give me some face and let him off this time.